When people hear the word anodizing, many assume it's just another surface coating. But anodizing is very different. It doesn't cover aluminum with a separate layer like paint or plating. Instead, it transforms the aluminum surface itself into a durable oxide layer. That's why anodizing is one of the most widely used finishing processes for aluminum parts. So what exactly is anodizing? Anodizing is an electrochemical process that converts the surface of aluminum into aluminum oxide. This oxide layer is grown from the aluminum itself, which means it becomes part of the base material, and that is the key difference. Because the anodized layer is integrated with the aluminum, it won't peel, chip, or flake off like many coatings can. In simple terms, anodizing is a highly controlled form of oxidation. Aluminum naturally forms a thin oxide film in air, but anodizing creates a much thicker, more uniform, and more functional layer. So how does the process work? Before anodizing begins, the parts usually go through several preparation steps. First comes racking. The parts are mounted onto conductive racks that hold them in place and allow electrical current to pass through. Next comes cleaning, which removes oils, fingerprints, and machining fluids that could interfere with the reaction. After that, the part may go through etching. This helps create a more even surface and prepares the aluminum for the oxide layer to grow more uniformly. Then comes desmutting, which removes residues left after etching. If these residues stay on the surface, they can affect the final appearance and color consistency. After pretreatment, the part is immersed in an acid electrolyte bath and an electric current is applied. The aluminum part acts as the anode. As current passes through the solution, oxygen ions react with the aluminum surface and form aluminum oxide. This oxide layer grows both into the material and outward from the surface, which is one reason anodizing is not simply an added coating. Its thickness is also carefully controlled through factors like time, current density, temperature, and electrolyte type. Once the target thickness is reached, the part is rinsed. This step matters because any remaining chemical residue can affect surface quality, especially in holes or recessed areas. Now here is one of the most interesting things about anodizing. Before sealing, the anodized surface is microscopically porous. These pores allow dyes to enter the oxide layer, which is why anodized aluminum can achieve durable and attractive colors. After coloring, the final step is sealing. Sealing closes the pores, improves corrosion resistance, and helps lock the color into the surface. In industry, anodizing is commonly divided into three main types. Type 1, or chromic acid anodizing, creates a thinner coating and is often used in aerospace applications. Type 2, sulfuric acid anodizing, is the most common type. It offers a good balance of corrosion resistance, appearance, and color capability. Type 3, also called hard anodizing, creates a much thicker and harder oxide layer. It is often used for parts that must resist wear, friction, or harsh service conditions. So why is anodized aluminum so popular? First, it improves corrosion resistance, which is especially useful in outdoor or industrial environments. Second, it increases surface hardness and wear resistance, helping aluminum last longer in demanding applications. Third, it offers strong appearance and color flexibility, with finishes ranging from matte to more decorative looks. And because aluminum is already lightweight, anodizing helps improve surface performance without losing that advantage. That said, the final result does not depend on the anodizing process alone. It also depends on the aluminum alloy, part geometry, machining quality, and surface preparation. For example, machining marks may still remain visible after anodizing if the part is not properly pre-finished. Different alloys can also respond differently, especially when color consistency matters. Another practical point is dimensional change. Because the oxide layer grows partly inward and partly outward, anodizing can affect tight tolerance features if it is not considered during design and machining. That is why anodizing should be considered not only as a finishing step, but also as part of early manufacturing planning. You'll see anodized aluminum used in electronics housings, automotive parts, aerospace components, architectural systems, and many consumer products. So to sum it up, anodizing is not just a cosmetic finish. It is a controlled material transformation process that improves corrosion resistance, surface durability, and appearance. At Yijin Solution, we support custom aluminum part manufacturing with precision machining and anodizing options for different applications and finish requirements. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more engineering and manufacturing insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.